My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon, specifically the Darkest Rhapsody estate thereof. If you want to skip directly into the gameplay, probably skip forward about 5 minutes, because there's something I'd like to say at the very start here, and that's about party compositions. In particular, I've been using a very similar party composition for a lot of the most recent missions. And I agree. There was a comment that was pointing out that it was getting a little stale, and I tend to agree. And here is my full form response to that, including why and what I'm doing about it. So why are the party diversities quite low? Well, my comp diversities are severely limited because of the loss of my high-level Crusaders and Houndmasters, which makes the Jester almost essential for stress healing on longer missions, which results in a third liner. Let me say at the very start here, this is for my playstyle and in my particular experience. Not everyone runs the same way, not everyone uses the same strategy. This is for my playstyle. So effectively I end up with a Jester locked in who has to be in the third line so that they can use their stress heal as well as some damage attacks. Then I have to pair that with the necessity of reliable burst healing in champion dungeons, since crits can reliably hit you from full down to almost nothing, as well as apply damage over time effects. So Vestals become super preferred as far as healers go, and dual healer strategies are limited because I don't have a high level Arbalist or a high level Crusader. After that, the front line needs damage and stun, which often comes in the form of the Men-at-Arms as well as Shieldbreaker, since they're so reliable. Men-at-Arms having one of the only good remaining stun trinkets in the game since the post-Color of Madness nerfs, and the SB just being ridiculously powerful with the crit build. As well as having range over the entire board, ability to hit the backline. So what am I doing to increase the party diversity? So I've been actively removing a lot of the negative quirks that have stopped me from keeping the Grave Robber and Bounty Hunter, or rather that have kept the Grave Robber and the Bounty Hunter in Hamlet, which will allow me to run the Vestal as a second line with the GR in the back line, or the Bounty Hunter in the second line instead of the Man-at-Arms. I'm also actively picking up stress healing characters from the Stagecoach. Last episode I just picked up a Houndmaster, for example. I'm also trying to get the Plague Doctors leveled up because I want the double stun on the back line, because that's invaluable in controlling fights, and the DOT removal is especially valuable for preemptive healing. The thing that will most open up diversity in the compositions will be leveling up the stress healers though, since the Houndmaster can be in positions 4 or 3, and the Crusader can be in positions 2 or 1, meaning there's a lot more flexibility than a guaranteed third line Jester. All of that said, that is going to be playing into what we're going to be doing in this mission. We have here, locked my mouse on the wrong side of the screen. Wait, what? There we go. We have here Raz the Second, who will be a stunning Crusader in the front line, as well as will have the ability to use Inspiring Cry for some stress relief. It's not going to be particularly high stress relief, but it's paired with a bunch of other characters who have really high crit. In particular, we have Harkonian here, who's going to be very fast with the Luminous buff with the +2 speed and +5 dodge, who will be using Focus Ring and Ancestor's Pen to increase their crit, as well as having pretty high crit on their base attacks. This also allows us to project damage at the backline because of Iron Swan. The mission we elected to go on is in the Weald, so yes, we still will be keeping If It Bleeds, but we'll probably drop Adrenaline Rush so that we have the access to Barbaric Yorb. Next up, we've got Prophet in the third line, who is just going to be acting as Prophet do, as a giant healer. Still kind of essential, right? Some things can change, not everything can change. And then Hidden Dark in the very back line, who actually has a Fear of Eldritch, which I did consider, because I was initially going to be going to the Warrens, but if we encounter the thing from the stars, I wouldn't be able to kill them with this build. Like, it'd be really difficult to do so. Ooh, poison darts though. But I wouldn't even be able to guarantee my own poison darts because the debuff wouldn't be able to hit and the poison would not necessarily hit. And also Fear of Eldritch means that we would not even be guaranteed to hit the target when we attack them. So I think I actually just have to deal with the fact that we have Fear of Eldritch. We don't have any accuracy trinkets currently on Hidden Dark, and that's because Thrown Dagger increases the accuracy of future Thrown Daggers. So I figure that we'll just throw dagger, throw dagger, throw dagger, throw dagger, and eventually we'll just be destroying targets. So Hidden Dark has plus 14% crit, plus 20% to damage on range skills, which is pretty damn good. And this is largely an effort to level up Raz, as well as to start leveling up Harkonian even further. and get Hidden Dark and Prophet out into the 5th level tier so that I can start using Hidden Dark as a Grave Robber in champion missions. I could also consider going to the Ruins instead, which actually might be the alternative I wanted to go for. I was going to initially go to the Weald so that I could get access to Caregivers Convention, but I think I have enough money that I don't actually need to worry about that. So yeah, no, I think instead I will be going to the Weald, probably getting a 2nd Profane Scroll. All right. Any upkeep we need to do? Do we already have a Bleed Amulet? I thought I bought one recently. We do. We do have a Bleed Amulet. Okay, so I don't need to buy the extra one. We already have a Stun Amulet as well, although they are completely gimped and now garbage. Let's go to the districts. I want to get the Miasmal Orchid. Not really going to be doing that much for us, but better to have it than to not have it, I say. Finally, we've got to check all of the skills of our characters. Yeah, they've all got their full level equipment as well. Well, I say that finally, but we actually have one other thing that we really need to do, and that's Penel needs to lock out a lot of their negatives here. Phanegophobia and Off Guard, but Off Guard's less important than Phanegophobia right now. Emin has Precise Calm, which I actually kind of want to lock in. But at the same rate, apparently when it says 1 hero per roster, I was thinking only 1 hero per party can be holding that. But no, it's 1 hero per roster, as in our Hamlet. So I might need to start considering removing prismatic quirks from characters who don't necessarily need them. And that is to say, we have a prismatic damage, prismatic solidity on Carpi. That's actually pretty good. But we have prismatic damage on one of these characters that we don't really want it on. I don't know who it is at the moment, though. Ah, there we go. It's prismatic force on Rito. That plus 15% damage would be better served on a different character. So instead, I'll be using... Right, that removes it, doesn't it? Yeah, because I can't lock another one in. So Prismatic Force would be removed for that. Yeah. Sorry about that, Rito. Alien Renders needs to remove both Sky Taint and Tapeworm. Sky Taint's more important, so we'll prioritize that. And there was another member down here that I was looking at who I realized I can't really take out on dungeons right now. Probably Moth Mother, who's also getting stressed by not being in the dungeon. Infirm and misses the spot. We actually have a lot that we want to remove on Moth Mother and probably lock in Hot to Trot as well. That's pretty damn good there. All right. So yeah, 8 minutes before we get out on our first mission. It used to be a lot longer, but we did have something that we needed to do off the top there. So everyone's got their trinkets set up. Everyone does have their right stuff set up as well. That is to say, their right abilities. Yep. All right, we'll be going to the Ruins. I mean, I could swap out the Ancestor's Pen for a Necromancer's Collar. It's 10% more damage and 10% less stress. The reason I'm not going to do it is because I still need the ability to kill the human characters in the back lines. So Iron Swan is going to be needing to be available to do that. But I also need damage against human characters as well. Okay, so we have the Zealous Vigil for prevention of the nighttime ambush. We've got Sharpened Spear and Battle Trance. It's probably just going to be Sharpened Spear, Battle Trance, nighttime ambush prevention, and then like night moves or something like that. Okay, so let's cover our food. So that's probably just a bit too much there. All right. 2 stacks of torches. Just slightly lower than that. Take 4 holy water because I am a big fan of the consecrated bowls in this area. Take 4 keys because they are more viable in this area than any other. 3 medicinal herbs. And then we've got shovels, keys, torches. Yeah, we've got everything we need. We don't need to take any blood. No, We should take 2, just in case we very early get hit by a bleed effect. Not a bleed effect, but by the Crimson Curse on one of our characters. Alright. Shovels, keys, torches, food. Shovels, food, torches, keys, interactables. Okay, it just looks like our inventory is blank because we're used to preparing for longer missions.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
What better place to begin indeed. No one here is particularly interested in reading that book. I'll check out this hallway just to see if I immediately spot anything in it. We don't. Unfortunately, because I do have to complete 100% of room battles and I haven't gotten...
stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Haven't gotten any scouting yet. I do have to go upwards here.
Executed with impunity.
That was really good. Well done, Hidden Dark. I could try and go for the double stun here, but that Slavering Ghoul is...
Another one falls.
The only target I really care about stunning, and I don't have a great chance to do it. Raz stuns, 100% though. Prophet can't hit, but that's okay. Prophet's not intended to hit. They just use attacks on their off turns when they have them available, basically. Good. Crit Hidden Dark. That only didn't look like a lot of damage because... Oh, gosh. That's what I was worried about. Never mind, we got the dodge.
The bigger the beast.
Good hit, Raz. It didn't look like a lot of damage just because Hidden Dark doesn't have attacks that go through protection, or rather
could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Has an attack that goes through protection, but only when they're up close and personal. Okay. Yeah, so we ended up overkilling, but I'd rather guarantee it, especially considering how potent that character can be. Prophet goes for the stun on that line, and then if I can actually land the stun on this Bone Commander before its turn...
Masterfully executed.
Raz has Hot to Trot, which is why they're critting so much, just in case you're wondering. Okay.
As the fiend
Alright, got one target down. So this Bone Commander, what do we got? 30% chance to stun? Yeah, okay. Didn't manage to hit it, but it was still worth rolling in my opinion. Crushing Blow rolls for 8 damage, as well as a debuff of negative 30% to stun resist.
Well struck.
Good work, Hidden Dark. 3 to 7. Good work, Prophet.
Momentary abatement.
Ground pound. Completely dodged, though. I was initially going to go for the stun there, but there's no real reason to now.
Their cursed champion falls.
Hidden Dark crits again.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Good lord, that's a lot of loot. Hero contemplates mortality and picks up Thanatophobia. Plus 20% stress if their HP is low. Yikes. Oh yeah, Hidden Dark. All right, here's plus 30% damage. I'm now not gonna rest. Oh, this is gonna get serious, yo. Okay. Also, don't really want to turn the light back on yet. Excellent disarm there, Prophet. Pack has a map inside. That it does. Hey, the map actually scouts. Good. We've had a lot of those that don't recently. I'm going to try and do this fight in low light so I can get all of these 3 Curios. Similarly in low light. Enemies move ahead of us because of course they do.
That devastating
Stun.
blow.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. At least we got the kill on the back line. That's really good. Try and hit the stun, and cool. So that would be what? 130, 120. So 20% chance for the Bone Commander to have not been hit by that stun.
Eradicated.
Hidden Dark crits for 28. Think I'm done with you? Hardly. Come back to life.
A singular strike.
Come back to life. I'm not done with you. I'll go for the heal just because a crushing blow could be really annoying here. And go for the stress heal as well. That also turned the light back on. I should turn the light back out before I leave the battle just so that I can get extra loot. Most of our party members dodge, and the ones that don't are fine.
Darkness closes in, haunting the hearts of men.
Could I kill the Bone Commander this round?
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
Last action, it could have done anything annoying like that, and it decided to. Of course it did. Nice crit.
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
Okay. Drop 2 journal pages as well as a stun charm. Start taking the money.
Neatly ordered, lovingly admired.
I had that trap scouted. I don't understand why I couldn't see it.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Drop 2 shovels. Way too many of those at the moment. Oh god, there's very few fights in the rest of the dungeon. Alright, I'm not going to start collecting onyx at this point. Is it because it's pitch black I can't see the trap on the floor? I have it scouted, I just couldn't see it. That's super lame. I'm gonna actually just walk backwards here. Sure, I'll take 10 stress damage for doing so, but it's better than walking into it. Hey.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Okay, make sure that we have full light as we go into this fight. Right. Completely misses. And the shot goes wide. And the crowd goes mild. Oh, that's a giant. That would, if I just struck, that would have been a kill. Oh well. Chose the right target. Hell yeah.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
So yes, occasionally Hidden Dark misses their first shot,
Obliterated.
but because of that, the trade-off is that Hidden Dark then just starts critting up a storm. I think that's worth, personally. You might disagree. And that's okay. Takes all types to make the world go round.
A momentary abatement.
Ugh. As much as I do want to start removing the stress, this does not seem to be the time to start that. Thankfully, that didn't leave a corpse, which is going to leave us in a really good position to... Sorry, thankfully it did leave a corpse, which leaves us in a really good position to do that. Flurry of Claws crits again.
Turns.
I'm going to toy with the gargoyle here for a bit. Right. Blight. Ooh, okay, the enemy dies to their blight. Yeah, damn, they acted next. Woohoo! Secret room directly above. Okay, so this is either going to be insight into the world, positive quirk, usually runes related, or it's going to be plus 15% protection, plus 15 dodge. think it's probably a good idea to put that on Harkonian. Knightly Aura, which is plus 10 dodge, plus 15% protection. Okay. It was kind of close to what I said. I'm going to have to go to that secret door literally at the very end of the entire dungeon. Otherwise, I'm just not going to know what space I can use, what space I can't use, and other related queries.
Destroyed.
Great. Judge the guilty.
Confidence
Judge
surges
the
as
guilty.
enemy crumbles.
And I'll heal we. Woohoo! Resisted the Crimson Curse. Harkonian dodges. Wonder if that has anything to do with the extra dodge that they have access to right now. Hidden Dark crits again. Because Hidden Dark don't stop critting. Ooh.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are
Oh!
lifted.
Profit
And
crits
purpose
as
is
well.
made
Nice
clear.
self-heal as well as self-stress heal.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Okay. See, I'm definitely coming back in this direction, so I know that I don't need to loot any of this. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, just
Continue the onslaught.
crits one for a ridiculous amount of damage there. And does a ridiculous amount of damage to the other target as well. Thank you, Hidden Dark. That was very lovely of you.
Massive
Profit
pummeling.
the extra crit as well as a crit heal on themselves. This is just a crit fiesta right here. It's insane. Harkonian will do the double stun in order to buy some time for us to do some stress healing. We should still act ahead of the Cultist Enchantress in this round, which we do. Rolled low on our damage table, but it's still enough there. And then Harkonian cleans up. Perfect.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I had space to actually take that gold. Damn it. Okay, did surprise them. We're just looking to kill these bone nobles as quickly as possible. One down.
Precision and power.
Only target that Raz was capable of hitting. That sets up that bone noble to die to a flashing dagger despite not critting, so that's okay. We don't expect the world of Hidden Dark here, but Hidden Dark has definitely been delivering the world. Shows the exact right target to crit on. Go for the double stun. Hits both. Yeah. This dungeon has definitely been really, you know? Like, Alright. Prophet obviously had to crit at the end there. Why not?
This expedition at least promises success.
I think we actually don't need torches anymore. It's empty. Cool. Obviously, I should have turned the light out.
And now, the darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
Before even approaching that. Okay. Oh, perfect. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get a gatekeeper. We will be going for the absolute final combat available to us because, of course, we will. We know now that we definitely don't need any shovels as well, so we can actually throw away that slot. That's another thing that I should have done earlier.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Right. Okay. So I want to end in the secret door room. So I'm going to be fighting this battle in low light. It's fine.
Be gone, fiend.
Good work, Hidden Dark. Begone the hell out of those fiends. Yikes. I do have disease removal, so not that can target Hidden Dark though, so please don't get diseased. Thank you for dodging.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Uh-huh.
Back to the pit.
Yeah, that one works too. Got him. Good work.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Okay, so the sack's contents are mine. I'll take those. Then I'm going to backtrack just 2 spaces. She'll be taking some stress, but that's okay. Right. Now we'll go into this room. I guess I just rest before I loot, right?
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
Okay, so we can use Revel in order to lower the stress of the entire party. Prevent the nighttime ambush, as well as remove more stress on you. No one has a disease in this party, so there's literally nothing else that we can do for any value.
Light, the promise of safety.
Turn out the light. And then it's loot time. Oh, right. 2 puzzling trapezohedrons stack on the same space now. Of course, because we have the...
More bones return to rest. Devils remanded to their abyss.
The gem-related district now. Second wind versus scattering. Scattering literally doesn't matter at all, so please lock that in, Harkonian. And second wind, I guess it can be relevant, but it probably won't be.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Okay, so we have 6 more recruits available than usual. Unfortunately, they are all extremely low level. Spiritual, Demonomania, and Sickly. Look, I can't go through each and every single one of these with like point-by-point basis, so no. Do need a low-level healer. I already have Mortimer, and Mortimer has Hippocratic. Never mind. Like, if I'm not leveling up Mortimer, I'm never going to level up there now. No. Hot to Trot. Natural Eye is ranged, though. No. Hard Skinned is actually pretty good on a Hellion, but no. No. Clutch Hitter and Natural Swing. Alright, cool. We're going to be passing on absolutely all of those. It's worth noting we would have had to remove someone from our party in order to take any of them, so makes the decision a little bit harder. Have a look at the Nomad Wagon. I don't actually have a Blighting Satchel, I don't believe, at the moment. Actually, no, we do. We do. Never mind. Must have just picked one up on one of those missions accidentally. Nothing here that actually particularly excites me. So, for the moment, my name's been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you as we continue looking for the gatekeepers next time.